Hey guys, Virginia here, Makerspace Coordinator and Chief Imaginator Extraordinaire. I would like to welcome you to the COLAB, the Central Ontario Laboratory, where we use ideation, research, entrepreneurship, and social innovation to fuel your amazing ideas and create lasting change. We are here to educate, inspire, and activate. Prepare to educate yourself with seasoned mentors, be inspired by compelling voices, and activate your plan for success. Welcome to the COLAB. Hey guys, I'm Virginia, this is the hair that lives on top, and today we are going to be talking about lifestyle versus scalable businesses and what is right for you and where you're at.
That is exactly right. I'm Jamie Doran, and I'm the Executive Director of Research, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship. So lifestyle versus scalable business, it is a big topic that's on a lot of new entrepreneurs' minds, like where do they fit? So let's dive right in. Lifestyle is what?
I would say lifestyle is definitely a job that you took because you're passionate about what it is, and you obviously know other people who are also passionate about the same thing. But it's more normally like a niche. I would see it as like a little niche sort of, not scalable, not something that you could make super gigantic because it wouldn't be something that everybody would want or need.
That is an interesting way to put it. Yeah, some people would say too that lifestyle businesses could be they're small enough but big enough to pay your bills and maybe employ several people so they can pay their bills, and they're kind of self-contained. They have a certain maximal size unless you start doing some crazy stuff like a restaurant, for example, would be a good lifestyle business. But you also know that there are restaurants that have turned into these massive scalable businesses like McDonald's.
Once they start franchising.
Yeah. So in a restaurant situation, franchising is the way to go scalable. So what is scalable then? So a scalable business is?
That would be something that you can grow, people are interested in and would like to invest in, and that people see value in your business, that either they know that they see the value of the business itself or the product that you are selling, and they're like, hey, we can make this bigger if you have a little bit of investment.
So your total market is actually way bigger.
Yes.
So like for a restaurant, as a restaurant, your market is really the people who can get to your restaurant. So you have kind of a geographic radius around it. But if you were this restaurant where anybody could get food anywhere on the planet instantly from you, like it's like Star Trek, I got a teleporter, I can teleport you a hamburger over in San Francisco.
Yes.
Suddenly my restaurant concept is a massive scalable business because I have leapfrogged ahead on this giant multiplier.
Do you think that there are definitely some startups that are sort of born to be big? Like the idea starts and then it kind of... the ball starts rolling right away with it?
I do. I think if you're a sort of a thinker, an inventor, and you invent something cool that could really disrupt everything. It could be as simple as, you invented the paperclip and now everybody needs a paperclip and, they're manufactured everywhere and now I'm a billionaire. But it could be more sector specific. Like if I write some software or a software tool that is so useful, right? Then it can be plugged into several other programs. What is that sound? Okay. So you are indicating that it is time for the Out of the Box segment.
It's time for Out of the Box.
We almost got so carried away here, and then suddenly the box sound happened. So good news, I have the box right here. Woo! All right, so I am going to take the cards out of the box.
That's where we like to think, outside of the box.
Okay, I'm going to shuffle them so that here. So there's no monkey business. I'll show that on the camera. They're being nice and shuffled. Okay, now you're going to tell me when to stop.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. And stop.
Ooh, nice fuchsia colored card.
Ooh,
there we go. And the word is bravery.
Bravery. That is the perfect word to talk about startups and scalable businesses and lifestyle businesses, because it is a brave thing to do, to take your passion and build it into a business.
So let's start on the lifestyle side when we're talking about bravery. So if you were, um, thinking about a business concept and you wanted to take the leap into it, you definitely need to be brave to do that, right? And you don't want to be reckless. So I think it's being thoughtful about what you do. And you said a few things earlier about what lifestyle businesses kind of draw on, which is their passion. So and probably not just their passion, but some of their skills that they have.
Absolutely.
So they know they can accomplish the goal, even just for a small business goal.
Yes, and I think that it is brave to, one, decide to start said business with your passion, and also start really putting yourself out there. So maybe for a lot of companies, especially with us flooding into this digital age, it was one of those brave things to do to take their step forward into the digital marketplace, which probably was
exactly
very
right.
scary.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And with lifestyle businesses too, the need to solve your immediate problems is like,
Sometimes it also takes the bravery to realize that perhaps the business idea that you had wasn't the most amazing thing, and maybe it's not going to be a profitable business.
yeah, that totally could be true. Where you suddenly realize, okay, I need to rethink this, or I got off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, and do that pivot.
Maybe to turn either pivot or turn the whole thing off and try something else.
And I think that's something that being an entrepreneur is one of the big things, is having that ability to be like, okay, this didn't work, but because you're an entrepreneur, you're like, but what about these other ideas that they have? So yeah.
So let's talk about something else on the scalable business side.
All right.
So we can all, if you think out there right now of like all the what you would think is a scalable business, an example of one, or a couple of different types of examples, like you could probably name things like there's a lot of big manufacturers around here that are maybe sister companies of even bigger companies. So those manufacturers may have started off as a small little company, like a machine shop, that then grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and their capability keeps growing and growing and growing, and then suddenly they're this massive company. So there's that kind of scalable company. And then there's some other ones, like if we look on the innovation side. So now the world's got all these problems. We've got COVID, we've got climate change issues, and we've got energy problems. So we've got lots of smaller companies that are all trying to solve those problems. And most of those, because if they solve it, they will be a big scalable success, because
absolutely,
they're going to make a huge difference on all our lives.
There's going to be a huge dent. Like it's going to be a huge, yeah.
So my question is, that big manufacturer versus that small company that's got this solution, what do you think the difference is between those two types of companies?
The difference.
Or is there?
I could say that there's probably a difference in how the employees work with their employer. So some people are just employees of the employer, and then at other smaller businesses, it's more of a community than it is like you're just a cog in the machine.
I see. Yeah.
So I can see, especially with a lot of the manufacturing businesses that have started off small, a lot of them started off small, and they have their family businesses, and family members work there, and it's not just about the family members, it's people who are now considered family, basically.
So I guess like what you're saying is that giant manufacturer has grown to a certain size where it has to have a lot of labor, and they may still have that innovation core, like they may be inventing new products and stuff like that. But generally, 99% of the business is about pumping out the product, and not about necessarily inventing the next one. The small portion would be. Whereas those smaller companies are solving things, every member of the team is part of like the super team who's developing that solution so they can get it out the door.
Exactly. And I think that it gives you a little bit more opportunity at those smaller businesses to have those moments where you can have those very innovative moments where somebody's like has been doing something for years, and then a new guy comes in and they start working with them, and then they're like, wow, that's really neat. Like I didn't realize you could do it that way. And they start changing the way that they have been building, let's say,
So a really
electrical panels
dynamic
or something.
team structure.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Like and if we're looking at the scalable side, when investors come in and look at a small company like that, that's exactly what they're looking for. They're looking to see if the team works together really well, whether they have all the right people in the right places, so that the company can scale quickly. Because imagine if the investor then you have a great idea, like a new product or invention. The investors agree. They drop in a couple $100,000. They say, how are you going to spend that money? So your super team needs to know immediately how you're going to spend that money in order to take your bubble and then move it to this level.
Yes.
Right. And then know how to make it go from here to there, to there, to there. Each time new money is brought in or new revenue trickles into the company.
And I think that's very important. From the pitch meetings that I have seen is, there's a focus now on introducing your team as well. Like, I started the business, but this is my team, and I need them to, continue with me. Like, we are a team, and we work together. We're innovative, and we keep each other's ideas flowing and moving.
So, interesting stuff, this difference between lifestyle and scalable company. And but let's... Oh, do you hear that?
Oh, what is that? Oh, I think we're doing it again. It's time for another out of the box.
Oh, okay. All right. So let me get the cards here. Okay. So you know how this works. They are already shuffled, so I will just flip through.
Okay, and stop.
Fruit
hats. I would like to pitch to you my new business idea. I would like you to invest in my company of fruit hats. And you're saying, Virginia, why would anybody want fruit hats? You know why? Meals on the go. This is what I'm talking about. Healthy, fresh meals on the go. You can decide on the variety of fruits that you would like to have on it. And we will prepare those for you. Per individual.
If you have preferences to citrus fruits versus berries or something.
So these hats would basically be built so that they have the shapes of the fruits ready to be set into place. So if you want to refill your fruit hat, you are able to go to your fruit bowl or give us a call. We can have some nice fresh fruit dropped off for you. You can refill your fruit hat and go on with your day.
Oh, so it's almost like a grocery bag you can wear on your head.
Absolutely.
Okay, brilliant idea. This is totally scalable. Everyone's going to want one of these fruit hats. Be like, hey, do you have an apple? I sure do. Here you go.
Sure do. They're clean and they are fresh, and here you are.
So we could maybe make a lifestyle business out of that, where we just do it locally, where we're kind of knitting them or making them ourselves.
Absolutely.
And then sell them to your friends, and that we saw this a lot, like people making masks for COVID, similar stuff.
Yes, I was one of those people.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. So you made a few dollars on that, and other people are doing the same. So you could do that with you. But we could turn it into something much bigger. Like, what if the, if the niche market for actual hats that hold actual fruit is fairly small, maybe it's not that it's fruit hats literally. Maybe it's like the brand name for a new kind of hat that everybody suddenly needs a fruit hat because they're the latest thing in the market.
They're all shaped like different fruits, and they've been knitted by people in the community.
By a robot. No, it's made by sensitive robots.
Really sensitive
really
robots,
cute,
yes.
sensitive looking robots. Yeah, everybody needs a fruit hat.
Everybody needs a fruit hat. It could also be just the name of a company that is totally obsessed with making things with fruit and giving you fruit flavored things.
So turning like fruit material into something like fiber that they can use to make stuff.
Exactly. So then they're actual fruit hats so that they can look like regular hats, but they're made out of the fibers and the fruit.
Cool. And they don't waste a thing because they keep the juice, and then
and they do some cold pressed juice to the side, and then they use the fibers to build the hats. Fruit hats.
Okay, we just invented two amazing companies.
Now.
High five.
High five. That's what Out of the Box is about, guys.
So
it's about that creative nonsense that just spills out of our brains.
That's great. I really want to have a fruit hat now because
Right?
I've started eating apples again, and they're so sometimes when you're moving around, like you're eating your apple, but you like suddenly you need to say get into the car or put your shoes on. You're like, where do I put this apple?
Stick it on your fruit hat.
If you had a fruit hat, you could hygienically add it to the hat, and it would hold your fruit.
This is just my hat.
We need a diagram. Like, hopefully maybe you can draw something, a little fruit hat diagram.
Little fruit hats, little stick guys with fruit hats, just like hang them out there.
Yeah, we can ask our viewers. Please send in your drawings of what our fruit hat should look like.
Yes, please submit your drawings for fruit hats.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's so many companies out there who have crazy names. There's like that. There's the headphone one, the Skull Candy.
Yes,
and there's some monkey one. I can't remember.
There's Alienware.
Oh, Alienware.
Computers.
It's the Union of Ideas. So that's that's a good spot to kind of wrap up there. It's just this idea, the Union of Ideas. You get your team together, pull your passions together. You can create a lifestyle company, and other people will relate to you, and they'll spend money there, and you'll be able to make enough money to pay your rent or your mortgage, and maybe hire some people, and you're kind of a unit in the community. But sometimes you can scale even bigger.
All right, guys. So we had an awesome time chatting today. I'm so glad that you were able to join us for our favorite episodes, which are obviously the Out of the Box episodes. We talked about the difference between a lifestyle business and a scalable business, and a whole bunch of nonsense in between. And I'm so happy that you joined us. So what Jamie and I need you to do is like and subscribe and share to all of your friends.
Awesome. And be brave.
Yes.
And wear your fruit hats with pride. So thanks for everybody for watching. See you next week.
See you next week. Bye, guys.